It's low sugar, Mr. Johnson mumbled, his voice weak. Here, take my sugar. He was fading fast. Wake up, quick! Then a miracle. He gasped, eyes fluttering open. You saved me, he croaked, relief flooding his face. I owe you everything. I'll take care of you for life. He looked confused, like he was seeing someone else. Did I get the wrong person? He murmured. Then a sly smile touched his lips. But this way, I'll have someone to care for me. Elise? You're late, snapped a sharp voice. Mr. Johnson won't let you in. A young woman, petite, but with fire in her eyes, stepped forward. Don't bully girls, she retorted, her voice surprisingly strong. Thank you, she said softly to Mr. Johnson. What's your name? My dad says, do good anonymously, she replied, a playful glint in her eyes. I'm not telling you. But then, a moment of vulnerability. I'm Mason Jones. Mason, she breathed, her voice suddenly softer. I can finally get the job as your assistant. Be by your side. A shadow crossed her face. No matter how hard I try, I can't match your career. Alice, you actually, on my proposal day, flew to Starfall for further study. Mason's laugh was bitter. Ha ha ha, it's not like no one wants me. He pointed at her sharply. From today on, you are Alice. He thrust a necklace at her. This necklace looks quite familiar. My mum gave it to me, she stammered. I can't take it off. Sorry, Mason. He tossed clothes at her. Put Alice's clothes on. 2 years. 2 years of pretending. It's been 2 years and he still sees me as just a substitute, she whispered to herself. Mason, 18 years ago, when you saved me, I already liked you. A painful resolve hardened her features. If being Alice's substitute can make you happy, then I'm willing. Tears welled, but she blinked them back. I'm sorry. Later, panic set in. What's wrong now? She muttered. Oh no, my period doesn't seem to have come yet. Shame and fear washed over her. Sorry, Mason. Please wait for me a bit longer. Then, the real Alice returned. Mason, I'm back. Alice is back. Excitement flared in Mason's eyes. Find the ring from 2 years ago. I want to propose to Alice. He was oblivious. 18 years ago, Alice saved me. I promised her to take care of her forever. The news hit him like a physical blow. Are you pregnant? He demanded, his voice thick with disbelief. How did you get pregnant? I don't know either, she whispered, tears streaming down her face. When I was young, I had stomach injuries. The doctor told me, I'll never get pregnant in my life. How did I get pregnant? Get rid of it, he commanded, his voice cold. I want to keep him, she pleaded, clutching her stomach. No, absolutely not. He grabbed her arms, his grip tight. Elise, look at me. It's been 2 years. I finally have a chance to be with Alice. Can I miss this chance? Can I let her know about our relationship? Can I let her know that you're carrying my child? He shoved a wad of bills at her. Here's $1.5 million as compensation these 2 years. I don't want money, she choked out, and I just want this child. Elise, you know who I love has always been Alice, not you. His words were like knives. Mason, I'm begging you to let me keep him. I won't be an obstacle for you and Miss Dodd. I can help you propose. Desperation clung to her voice. Alice arrived, radiating icy fury. Mason, do you have a child? Her eyes narrowed. Mason, do you know I have already had the chance to stay in Starfall? I've been offered a spot on the Garlow design team, but I gave it up for you, because I'm sure you were still waiting for me. But I didn't expect you to have a child with this woman." "No, Alice, listen to me," Mason stammered, panic rising in his voice. "What are you trying to say?" Alice's voice was dangerously soft. "You mean this child isn't yours?" "Mason, if this is the happiness you want, then I'll let you go." Chloe's voice was barely a whisper. Before Mason could answer, a nanny intervened, her voice calm amidst the storm. "Miss Dodd, you misunderstood. I'm just the Jones family's nanny. This baby is not Mason's." "Then whose is it?" Alice snapped, her composure cracking. "The dad passed." The nanny's voice was gentle. "Passed? So, Miss Dodd, you really got it wrong. Mr. Jones has been waiting for you. He was glad when he heard you're back." Mason's relief was palpable. "Yeah, Alice. 2 years ago, you left without a word, and now you're back." But Alice's gaze was fixed on Chloe. Mason, why's she wearing my nightgown?" Chloe's carefully constructed facade crumbled. "Liar!" she cried, stepping forward. "It's me. I'm the one who tried to climb up the ladder. I wanted to find a rich dad for my baby. So I wore Miss Dodd's clothes and seduced Mr. Jones, because I know Mr. Jones really loves you." Tears streamed down her face. "Is that so, Mason?" "I'm sorry," Mason mumbled, avoiding Alice's gaze. "Mason, I misunderstood you," Alice sneered, turning her fury on Chloe. "Women like you, I've seen plenty. Over the years, many women tried to seduce Mason, not just you. Today I'll make you see clearly I'm not some random anyone can replace. Take off my clothes." "Alice," Mason pleaded, but Alice ignored him. Chloe, humiliated and broken, began to unbutton the nightgown. "I'll take them off," she whispered. "Miss Dodd was right. It was my delusion, my daydreams. I messed up your clothes. I'm really sorry. I'll take them off now." Alice's eyes narrowed, catching a glint of gold beneath the nightgown. "Where'd you get this fancy stuff? Is it stolen too?" Chloe clutched the necklace. "This is my mum's heirloom she left me." "Why are you still here?" Alice's voice was venomous. "Get out." Later that night, Alice was all sweetness and light with Mason. "Mason, I missed you so much." He murmured, pulling her close. "I missed you too." Chloe found herself banished to the basement. "Smart move, moving to the basement," she said to herself, a bitter smile twisting her lips. "I promised you that I would help propose to Miss Dodd. I won't stay upstairs and bother you." Mason found her there, a flicker of unease in his eyes. "Chloe, why do I feel you're hiding something?" "No, not at all," she lied, her hand instinctively going to her stomach. He spotted a paper peeking out from her bag. "What's this?" He snatched it before she could react. "Prenatal checkup." His face hardened. "Chloe, listen, I won't go with you. I'm going shopping with Alice and have no time to go with you." He tossed the paper back at her and turned away. "Does it look good?" he called out to Alice upstairs. "Yes." Alice's voice floated down. "I'll try it on, Mason." The radio crackled with a news bulletin. Eden Maternity Hospital was robbed today. Chloe froze. "I'm not cerulean, and I have diplomatic immunity." Eden Maternity. That was where her appointment was. Not good. "Elise." She whispered her real name, fear gripping her heart. Chaos erupted at the hospital. Sir, you can't go in," a security guard yelled, trying to block Mason. "I'm looking for Elise," Mason roared, shoving past him. Elise! He burst through the doors, his eyes scanning the panicked faces. Get out of my way! Don't block me! Mason! Chloe's voice, weak but clear, cut through the noise. He rushed to her side. Elise! Relief washed over him, quickly replaced by concern. What now? I can't do the checkup, she whispered, her voice trembling. Who said that? Mason's voice was low and dangerous. A doctor stepped forward, smiling. Mr. Jones, the baby is healthy. Really? Mason's face lit up, pure joy radiating from him. Healthy is good. He turned to the doctor, his voice thick with emotion. Thanks, doctor. Thanks, doctor. The doctor held out a small device. So, here is the baby's heartbeat. Alice arrived, her face a mask of fury. What are you doing? She shrieked. Alice, Mason started, but she cut him off. Why are you smiling so happily at this bastard? He's not a bastard, Chloe retorted, her voice rising in defense of her unborn child. You're still defending her. Alice's face contorted with rage. Is this child even yours? Mason's resolve crumbled. Alice, I don't want to lie to you anymore. This child actually... Before he could finish, the nanny reappeared, her voice cutting through the tension. Miss Dodd, you really misunderstood. This child isn't... Shut up! Alice screamed, silencing her. I didn't ask you. She turned back to Chloe, her eyes like ice. Miss Dodd, Chloe began again, trying to explain. I said shut up! Alice's hand flashed out, ripping the necklace from Chloe's neck. My necklace, she hissed. The necklace your mum left you. She grabbed Chloe's face, forcing her to look at her. Wear it properly. As Alice turned away, examining the necklace, a flicker of recognition crossed her face. This necklace. Why does it feel like I've seen it before? Then she gasped, clutching her stomach. You're bleeding. Mason! Chloe cried out, collapsing. Mason, I'm sorry, I don't... Mason caught her, his face etched with panic. Alice, I don't want to lie to you anymore. This child actually... The nanny, ever quick thinking, jumped in. Actually, Mr. Jones came to me to get the proposal ring. 2 years ago, Mr. Jones wanted this ring to propose to you. Now that you're back, he sent me to find it and propose to you again. Really, Mason? Alice asked, her voice softening, hope flickering in her eyes. Of course it's true, Mason stammered, grabbing the ring box from the nanny. This ring used to come with a gift box. It was all my fault. I accidentally broke the box, so he can only propose so hastily like this. I hope Miss Dodd and Mr. Jones don't mind. He turned to Chloe, his eyes pleading for her to play along. Mr. Jones, Chloe said, her voice strained. Please put the ring on Miss Dodd. Chloe's heart shattered as she watched Mason kneel before Alice, the ring glinting in the sterile hospital light. Mason, I do, Alice cried, tears streaming down her face. But this time, they were tears of joy. Later, Liam, Chloe's friend, arrived, concern etched on his face. The Airfloor jewelry box is worth $500,000. It's a top luxury item. Where'd you get the money? He noticed the empty space where her necklace should be. Where's your mum's necklace? Chloe's voice was flat. I pawned it. It's worth a lot. Just enough to buy this jewelry. You mean you pawned the only necklace your mom left? Liam's voice rose in disbelief. Just to buy this? Chloe, are you out of your mind? Liam's anger was laced with worry. Chloe turned to Mason, her voice breaking. Mason, thank you for saving me from the orphanage 20 years ago, for letting me escape the misery. Thank you for letting me love you. She forced a smile. Congrats on marrying Miss Dodd, and I can fulfill my wish to have our child too. Tears choked her words. I wish you and Miss Dodd a happy marriage. Chloe? Mason whispered, his voice filled with a torment she couldn't decipher. Alice, her eyes sharp and suspicious, turned to Mason. Is what she just said true? Is she really pregnant with your child? Alice? Mason faltered, caught between two worlds. Stop lying to me, Alice screamed. I just heard everything. Her eyes blazed with fury. Make her get rid of the baby and we'll get married, or the wedding is off. Her voice was a viper's hiss. What are you hesitating for? Mason, Alice pleaded, her voice suddenly soft and manipulative. We've been together for years. I gave up everything just to be with you again. Now you want to abandon me? Tears welled in her eyes. I know. I know you were just confused. That's why she tempted you. I also know I shouldn't have left you. But now, we're about to get married, right? If you agree, make her get rid of the child. I can pretend nothing ever happened. Alice's voice dropped to a seductive whisper. Mason, don't forget what you once said. You said you'd always be good to me. You'd take care of me forever. You saved me, and I will care for you forever, Mason repeated, his voice hollow. Exactly, Alice exclaimed, seizing on his words. Mason, what are you hesitating for? From the moment Alice saved you, didn't you decide to care for her forever? What are you doing now? But Mason's gaze was drawn to Chloe, her eyes filled with a quiet sorrow that pierced him to the core. But why does my heart hurt so much when I see Elise's eyes? He whispered, almost to himself. Mason, we've been together for so many years, Alice continued, oblivious to his inner turmoil. We spent New Year's together, and we celebrated birthdays together. Have you forgotten all of that? She pulled out her phone, showing him pictures. Happy birthday to you, she cooed, then switched to a video. 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year. Tell her, Alice hissed, her voice sharp again. Tell her you never liked her. Tell her everything you did was just to upset me. Say it. Chloe, Mason began, his voice thick with conflict. Don't say anything anymore, Chloe interrupted, her voice calm, eerily so. I understand it all. Miss Dodd is the one you've loved for so many years. You have so many memories together. Don't worry, I won't bother you two. She turned to leave. That's not true, Mason protested weakly. Stop talking, Chloe said, her voice trembling slightly. I know the child is a burden for you both, but he's my only family in this world. I can't leave him. I'll leave with the child. You'll never see me again. I wish you two a long and happy marriage. She walked towards the door. Chloe, Mason's voice cracked. If you step out that door today, we're over. Chloe paused, her back to him. A single tear traced a path down her cheek. I'm sorry, she whispered, and walked out. Liam found Chloe a small apartment in his building. From today on, this is your room, he said, ushering her inside. Feel free to stay here. Not just until the baby is born. You can stay forever if you want. Liam, I really don't want to trouble you, Chloe said, overwhelmed by his kindness. What are you saying? Liam squeezed her hand. You're my best friend in this city. If it wasn't for you helping me find a job and a place in New York, I'd have struggled to get by. Helping you a little now was nothing. He gestured around the cozy room. Don't just stand there. Take a look at the room if you need anything. Just ask me. There is no need, Chloe said, her voice thick with gratitude. It's already perfect here. I really like it. Why are you being so polite? Liam chuckled, trying to lighten the mood. Remember, no matter what happens, I'll always have your back. I'll always support you. He hesitated, then asked gently, By the way, do you have any plans for the future? What? Plans? Chloe looked lost. I mean, now that you've left Mason, it'll be hard alone with a child. Have you thought about finding someone to help? To take care of both of you? Liam's eyes held a hopeful glint. Well, isn't there still you? Chloe smiled faintly. Oh, that's not what I meant, Liam stammered, blushing slightly. I mean... A furious pounding on the door interrupted him. Elise, are you here? Wait a second. Elise, open the door. Elise! It was Mason, his voice frantic. Where's Elise? Where are you hiding her? Let her come out! Liam's face hardened. He flung open the door, blocking Mason's path. How dare you come here? He snarled. Do you even know what you've done? It's none of your business, Mason retorted, trying to push past him. Go away. You're the one who should go, Liam shot back, his voice rising. Have you ever cared about Chloe? Do you know how she's lived these years? Whenever you're upset, you take it out on her. She doesn't fight back. But do you think she's your punching bag? And all this nonsense? Liam gestured wildly. Are you out of your mind? It has nothing to do with you, Mason insisted, desperation creeping into his voice. Mason, since you chose Alice, don't bother Chloe anymore, Liam warned, his voice cold. Get out of my way. Mason tried to shove past him again. I said, our problems are none of your business. Elise, Mason called, ignoring Liam and peering into the apartment. Elise, listen to me. I was wrong before, but now I've really woken up. Elise, you really mean a lot to me. It's too late, Liam said, his voice thick with anger. Chloe waited for you all night in the rain for your birthday, but you ditched her just for a call from Alice. Why didn't you realize she was important then? Chloe burned her hands when cooking for you, and you didn't even look. You just threw it in the trash. Why didn't you say she was important then? I didn't know, Mason stammered, his voice filled with remorse. Of course you didn't know, Liam sneered. You didn't know Chloe was an orphan, didn't know she had no one to confide in, only herself to rely on. You didn't know how much she loved you, yet you hurt her over and over, making her sad, making her miserable. I'm sorry, Mason pleaded, tears welling in his eyes. I was wrong. Elise, I'm sorry. Alice suddenly appeared, her face contorted with fury. Why are you acting pitiful now? She spat at Mason. Isn't this all your own doing? How dare you cry in front of me? She turned to Liam, her voice dripping with scorn. I beg you, let me see Elise again, Mason pleaded, ignoring Alice and focusing on Liam. I promise I'll never hurt her again. Enough, Alice screamed, silencing him. If you've got the guts, tell your fiancé that you'll cancel the engagement and marry Chloe. If you really do that, I'll respect you as a man. Mason hesitated, his eyes darting between Alice and the closed door behind Liam. I promised Alice, he mumbled, his voice barely audible. Then get lost, Alice shrieked, pushing him away. Elise, come out and see me, Mason called, his voice desperate. Let's talk this over. I believe there's got to be a perfect solution. Liam stepped forward, blocking his path again. Mason, what can you give Chloe besides pain? Mason, you say you love Chloe, but you can't let Alice go. What's this perfect solution you're talking about? Is it making her wait forever? Move, Mason demanded, trying to push past Liam. No, it's not like that, Mason protested weakly. Elise, listen to me. Elise! He pounded on the door. Elise, come out, let me explain. His phone rang, Alice's name flashing on the screen. Go ahead, Mason mumbled, answering the call. Alice's voice was panicked. Mason, I got into a car accident. Save me quick. Alice, Mason repeated, his face paling. She was in a car accident. Mason, Liam said, his voice cold. Get out of here. Elise, Mason whispered, turning back to the closed door. Wait for me. When I'm done, I'll explain it to you. He rushed out, leaving Liam and Chloe behind. Alice lay in a hospital bed, pale and shaken. Mason rushed to her side. Alice! It scared me, she sobbed, clinging to him. Mason, I thought I'd never see you again. Alice, Mason said, his voice heavy with guilt. I have to tell you something. I can't marry you. Alice's eyes widened in disbelief. What? I have to take care of our kid with Chloe, Mason continued, his voice firm. How can you treat me like that? Alice cried, her voice rising hysterically. I have nothing left now. I can't go to Paris for my dream now, and my leg is broken. No one will marry me. I know, Mason said softly. I'm sorry. I'll get you the best doctor to cure your leg. If you want to go to Paris, I will help you. No, Alice screamed. I don't want your compensation. I just want you to marry me. Sorry, Mason whispered again, turning away. Alice, I know you're kind to me, and you got hurt because of me, but love can't be forced. I'm gonna make it up to you. I just can't marry you. Mason? Alice pleaded, her voice breaking. Mason, I was wrong. Please don't be like that. I don't have anything now. Don't you say you'd be with me forever? Don't go. Don't leave me, okay? Mason. A few days later, Mason approached Chloe, his face etched with worry. Mr. Jones, Chloe's assistant said, stopping him. I have to tell you, the price of the necklace has gone up. No matter how much, I must redeem the necklace. Why do I feel there is a mistake? Mason murmured, a nagging unease settling in his stomach. Why? Liam found Chloe lost in thought, staring out the window. Mason, can I trust you again? She murmured, more to herself than to Liam. Are you thinking about Mason? Liam's voice was gentle. He can't be trusted. He's lied to you so many times. Don't relent this time. Don't hesitate. Chloe shook her head, a new resolve hardening her features. I won't. Good. Liam smiled, relieved. You look unhappy all day. Let's go. There is a new restaurant. It was Mason's birthday. He sat alone in a dimly lit bar, nursing a drink. Liam found him there, slumped and despondent. Mason, it's your birthday today? Stop moping. Be happy. He tried to inject some cheer into his voice. I wish Chloe was also here. Alice appeared, a forced smile plastered on her face. Your first lover is with you? Why do you look unhappy? She perched on the stool next to him. I heard today is a gentleman's birthday. She signaled to the band. I'll sing a song for him. I hope he is happy every day. Alice began to sing, her voice saccharine sweet. Mason, this song is my last gift to you. Did you arrange it? Mason asked, his voice flat. Ah, yeah. Alice beamed, oblivious to his lack of enthusiasm. Do you like it? The melody was hauntingly familiar. Missing is an amazing thing, Alice sang. It's strange why it sounds like Chloe, Liam murmured. His brow furrowed. Like a shadow following you, quietly, hiding in your heart. Mason, Alice finished, her voice trembling dramatically. I love you more than I thought. A woman approached their table, her voice soft but clear. Elise. Mason's head snapped up. It was Chloe. I know this song. It's I Do. This is my favorite song, but my lover isn't with me. She offered a sad smile. Thank you. Mason, Chloe said, turning to him directly. Hello. Her voice was laced with a vulnerability that pierced his heart. Your song is great. Can you have a dinner with us? Liam intervened quickly. Mason, don't force her. Let's go back and drink. He steered Chloe away. This is my favorite song, he said gently. One of my friends also likes it. You sounded just like her. I couldn't help but think of her. But I know she won't forgive me and won't be here. I know she loves me. She is always a fool who asks nothing in return. I took advantage of her love to hurt her deeply. She waited for me alone in the rain. I broke the date randomly. I was always bullying her. She thought I didn't love her, and I didn't explain it to her well. Do I really lose her? Liam's voice choked with emotion. Every time before, she would prepare the gifts for me in advance and told me happily, "Happy birthday." But I won't hear it this year. He paused, then a flicker of hope ignited in his eyes. Well, if I call her right now and apologize, will she say happy birthday to me? He pulled out his phone, his fingers trembling as he dialed Chloe's number. Chloe? Elise? Is it you? His voice was a desperate whisper. Elise, it's you. It's really you. Great. Elise, I thought you'd leave me forever. He rushed out of the bar, leaving Alice fuming. He found Chloe standing outside, her eyes wide with surprise. Mason, she whispered, her voice full of disbelief. Alice stormed out of the bar, her face contorted with rage. Bitch! She screamed, her voice echoing through the street. Why are you here? She turned to the small crowd that had gathered, her voice dripping with venom. Everybody, attention! This bitch seduced my husband and had a baby. She didn't abort it and wanted to use it to win me. A bitch like her should be drowned. Chloe flinched, shrinking back from Alice's fury. Miss Dodd, Chloe stammered, her voice barely audible. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I'm off. She turned to leave, tears welling in her eyes. Chloe, Mason cried, reaching for her. Mason, don't go. If you go, what should I do? Alice rounded on Mason, her face a mask of betrayal. Alice, you are too much. How could you say that to her? Mason demanded, his voice rising in anger. Too much, Alice shrieked, her voice cracking. Mason, I'm your fiancé. You didn't support me and defended her. For your birthday, I made great efforts to contact so many friends. How could you do that to me? You did a lot for me, Mason admitted, his voice softening slightly. But I don't want that. I made it clear to you before. Mason, Alice interrupted, her voice suddenly pleading. We love each other very much, right? We have a lot of good memories. As long as you're happy, I can do anything for you. Don't leave me. Alice, Mason began, but she cut him off again. Mason, don't go. Don't go to that bitch, okay? I'm your lover. Please don't leave me. Please. She stumbled, clutching her ankle. Be careful, Mason warned, reaching out to steady her. Mason, please don't go. My feet hurt. It may be sprained again. Alice, Mason said, his voice weary. I've told you before. I can make it up to you. No, Alice cried, her voice rising hysterically. Mason, I know you love me. You're just angry with me, right? Don't you like kids? I can give you a baby, too. Sorry, Mason whispered, turning away. Alice, you'll find a better man, a man who really loves you. You don't have to go after me. 2 years ago, you left me without telling me, Alice pleaded, her voice cracking with desperation. After that, many things have changed. Mason, I was wrong. I shouldn't have left when you were about to propose. I shouldn't leave you on your own. I know that is wrong. You can hit and scold me. But don't leave me, okay? We really can't be together anymore, Mason said, his voice firm but gentle. I'm not mad at you, and don't provoke you. Alice, have a good rest. Mason, Alice's voice was a broken sob. Come back, please. Why didn't you forgive me even if I beg you like that? What is Elise better than me? She isn't good enough for you. Chloe, bitch, I hate you. Chloe was back in Liam's apartment, curled up on the sofa, tears streaming down her face. Liam sat beside her, his arm around her shoulders, offering silent comfort. Suddenly, there was a knock at the door. Chloe, are you there? Open the door. I need to talk to you. It was Mason again. Chloe hesitated, then nodded to Liam to open the door. Mason stood in the doorway, his face pale and drawn. Why are you here? Chloe asked, her voice cold. Chloe, let me explain, Mason pleaded. I've made it clear to Alice. I won't marry her. I want to be with you. Chloe's eyes narrowed, skepticism etched on her face. Is that true? Sure, Mason insisted, stepping into the apartment. After I sent Alice back, I came here in a hurry. He reached into his pocket and pulled out a small velvet box. Chloe, don't get me wrong. I don't have a relationship with her anymore. Now I'm just grateful to her. And this is the necklace your mother left you. I got it back for you. He opened the box, revealing the familiar gold chain. My necklace, Chloe whispered, her voice trembling. Chloe, Mason said softly, taking her hand. I'm sure I'll be nice to you. He followed her to the kitchen, a hopeful smile on his face. Ah, stop, Chloe protested, pushing him away playfully. Trust me, Mason insisted. I can make a pie. He rummaged through the cabinets, pulling out ingredients. But I want to eat the pie Daisy makes, Chloe said, her voice wistful. Even if you make it, it tastes different. But it's too late today. Daisy has closed the shop. You and the baby eat this first today. Tomorrow morning I'll be in line to buy Daisy's pie. Mason busied himself at the counter, chopping and mixing. You cooked for me, Chloe said softly, watching him. Even if it tastes bad, I'll eat them all. Mason placed a plate in front of her, a slightly lopsided pie slice. Try it. Chloe took a bite, her eyes widening in surprise. Is it good? Mason asked anxiously. How about it? Chloe chewed thoughtfully. Not bad. Well, Mason smiled, relieved. It's late today. Go home early. He turned to leave, then hesitated. Ah, Chloe, don't kick me out. I've given the villa to Alice. I'm homeless now. Please let me stay for one night. You can go to the hotel or your office, Chloe said firmly. You can live anywhere except here. Chloe. Mason's voice was pleading. Even if you don't need me, the baby needs Dad's company. Chloe, will you be so cruel to apart us? Chloe sighed, relenting slightly. Anyway, you can't live here. Go. She shooed him towards the door. Chloe, how about let me help you with the stroller? Mason asked, his voice hopeful. You can't do that alone. I can do that with you. That's a dad's duty. I promise I'll go after that. Come on. He gestured to a stroller box in the corner. Chloe watched as Mason carefully assembled the stroller. His brow furrowed in concentration. He installs the stroller for my baby so seriously, she thought. Maybe he really cares for this baby. Done, Mason announced proudly. I'm back. Liam walked in, his eyes widening in surprise as he saw Mason. Why are you here? He demanded, his voice cold. You haven't given up. He stepped between Mason and Chloe. Don't wink at Chloe, I'm telling you. You're not welcome here. Don't come here again, got it? Chloe allowed me, Mason protested, his voice defensive. Is it wrong to visit my wife and child? Why do you stop me? Your wife and child, Liam scoffed. Chloe didn't promise to marry you. I'll tell you. Don't affect our life here. Get out. Chloe, Mason said, ignoring Liam and turning to her. I know you're still mad. Nothing. I can prove it to you. My phone's free all day for you. If you need anything, remember to call me. He placed his phone on the table. Go, Liam urged, pushing Mason towards the door. Mason left, forgetting his phone on the table. Liam picked it up, his eyes narrowing as he saw a text message pop up. Mason's massage. Well, meet me tomorrow. It was from Alice. Liam's face hardened. Chloe, bitch, he muttered, his voice laced with fury. Since you seduced Mason, don't blame me. He grabbed Mason's phone, his mind racing. The next day, Chloe waited nervously at the designated meeting spot. Why didn't he just tell me? She wondered aloud. Does he prepare for me a surprise? Alice appeared, her face triumphant. Mason, see you tomorrow, Chloe said, her voice hopeful. Chloe, you? Alice sneered, blocking her path. Where is Mason? Mason didn't want to see you, Alice said, her voice dripping with malice. He asked me here. How? Chloe stammered, confusion clouding her eyes. Last night. He came to you last night. So do you think he'll leave me and be with you? Alice laughed, a harsh, grating sound. I'll tell you the truth. Mason thought you were pregnant and lived poorly. He was afraid of hurting you, so he said that to comfort you. Who do you know what he said? He told me last night. He said he was afraid that if you had any accident, you'd blame him. So he told you that he'd marry you and take care of the baby. Impossible, Chloe whispered, shaking her head in disbelief. He said he liked me. He also said he wouldn't go back to the villa, begging me to keep him. Stop dreaming, Alice snapped. Last night Mason slept beside me. He said if you, a greedy woman, really had a baby, you'd make much trouble. So he drew up this agreement and let me give you. She thrust a document into Chloe's hands. It is impossible, Chloe repeated, her voice trembling. Impossible. Do you think Mason likes you? He just feels guilty. He was just trying to reassure you, and then get rid of the baby. You were lying to me, right? How can Mason give up his child? Last night he installed the pram with me. How can't he want him? Stop. Alice's voice was sharp. Mason won't want the kid in your belly. You'd better sign it, or I can't promise what will happen. She pointed to the document. A villa in the eastern suburbs. Maserati, top chefs, Daisy's pie, write it all down. Alice rattled off a list of extravagant demands. Besides these, every month, give her nursing care and development funds $100,000 each. By the way, she likes soap operas. Ask television companies to make CDs of the latest operas every month and send them to her. Mr. Jones? Alice said, mimicking Chloe's voice. You're so good to Miss Leah, aren't you? She laughed cruelly. She's carrying my child. I should be nice to her. Have you written down what I said? Alice demanded, turning to Chloe. Yes, Chloe whispered, her voice choked with tears. Good. Alice snatched the document back. Chloe must be happy to see this. Why do you hesitate? Alice's voice turned menacing. Sign it. No, Chloe whispered, shaking her head. I'll call Mason. He wouldn't do that to me. No need, Alice sneered. Mason asked me to give you this. I'm going to call him, Chloe insisted, reaching for her phone. Chloe, can you stop embarrassing yourself? Alice hissed, grabbing her arm. What can you do for Mason? You're just a nurse for the Jones family. A dog is better than you. Who are you to bear Mason's child? Before Mason tells me himself, I won't believe you, Chloe said, her voice gaining strength. Sign it. Hurry up. Sign it. Alice shoved the pen into her hand. Call him. Okay, Alice conceded, a cruel smile playing on her lips. You can do that. I'll let you give up. Call him. Chloe dialed Mason's number, her hands trembling. He answered almost immediately. Chloe, what's wrong? Mason, Chloe's voice broke. Do you want me to sign a paper? How do you know that? Mason asked, his voice surprised. Do you really want me to sign it? Chloe pressed, her voice laced with pain. Of course, Mason said, his voice brisk and businesslike. I wrote many reimbursement clauses. Cars, houses, and a lot of money. Don't worry. The line went dead. Chloe stared at the phone, tears streaming down her face. Well, Alice's voice dripped with satisfaction. I've told you Mason didn't want the baby. But don't worry. After you abort this baby, we'll give you a lot of money. Then you don't have to be a slave. What? Chloe gasped, her heart shattering. Why didn't he want the baby? Don't be too upset, Alice said, her voice falsely sympathetic. After all, the baby is an accident. He was born to be reviled. Need. It's better to get rid of him. Then you'll be rich. You can have a better man, and you will have more kids. Don't hesitate, sign it. No, Chloe whispered, clutching her stomach protectively. This is my baby. No one can hurt him. She turned and ran, tears blurring her vision. What's wrong? Alice asked, her voice sharp. Before I finished the sentence, it hung up. Is nothing going to happen? She turned to her assistant. Find out Chloe's location now. Running blindly, Chloe stumbled into the street, her mind reeling from Mason's betrayal. Mason, she sobbed. If you really don't want this baby, you can tell me, and I'll take him away. But why do you want to get rid of it? Did you lie to me about everything you said? Why doesn't she answer the phone? A car horn blared. Chloe screamed as headlights blinded her. Mason's phone buzzed again, Alice's assistant calling. Mr. Jones, how could you be so cruel? That's your baby too. A life, Chloe, Mason cried out, his heart pounding with dread. Chloe, Elise, stop. He raced towards the hospital, Liam close behind. What's wrong with you? Why didn't you answer my calls? Why did you run when you saw me? He grabbed her arms, his eyes searching hers. Stop lying to me. You can kick me out. But why did you let me sign that paper? What's wrong with that paper? I didn't mean anything else. I just wanted to make it up to you. Yes, I know you don't want it, but that's my little gift. If you don't want it, yes, I do not want it. Don't want your money. I just want my baby. Chloe collapsed, sobbing uncontrollably. Elise, how do you feel? Are you okay? Mason's voice was frantic. Hurry up, call an ambulance. Chaos erupted around them as paramedics rushed to Chloe's side. Elise, wake up. Elise, wake up. Don't sleep. Mason's voice was a desperate plea. At the hospital, a doctor approached Mason, his face grim. Mr. Jones, you can't go in. You must wait outside. Doctor, please save her. Mason's voice was choked with panic. Due to the impact, she lost her placenta too early, causing a lot of bleeding. I had to induce an emergency labor. Mason's blood ran cold. Do you mean to abandon the baby? The doctor held out a clipboard. The consent for induced labor. Please sign it. Can't you save both of them? Mason begged, his voice cracking. Based on the current situation, it's impossible. Mr. Jones, just sign it. Our time is limited. Chloe, barely conscious, reached out, her hand grasping Mason's. Save my baby, she whispered, her voice weak. Elise, you're still young. You'll have another baby. The doctor tried to reason with her. No, Chloe gasped, her eyes fixed on Mason's. I want this baby. Please save him. Elise, you're hurting badly. This child can't be saved. The doctor pressed, his voice urgent. Chloe turned to Mason, her eyes pleading. Mason, you can hate me, but you can't hurt my baby. Don't sign it, please. Don't sign it, don't sign it. Her voice faded into silence. Mason's heart shattered. Doctor, he said, his voice barely a whisper. Save Elise. I give up the baby. Later, Mason sat beside Chloe's hospital bed, his face buried in his hands. Chloe stirred, her eyes fluttering open. My baby, she whispered, her voice weak. How's my baby? Elise. Mason's voice broke, tears streaming down his face. It's all my fault. We will have another baby. We will have another baby. Mason, Chloe said, her voice flat and empty. Don't you know I hurt my belly when I was a kid? It's already a miracle to have this baby. Don't I deserve to have your baby? Number. That's not true, Mason sobbed. Elise, don't get me wrong, I didn't. You admitted it yourself. Chloe's voice was cold. You get out. Get out. I don't want to see you. Mason returned to Liam's apartment, guilt and despair gnawing at him. He made Chloe's favorite pumpkin porridge. Hoping to offer some comfort, he knocked tentatively on her door. Elise, I made your favorite pumpkin porridge. You haven't eaten in a long time. Don't get mad. My baby's gone. Chloe's voice was hollow, devoid of emotion. What's the use of more porridge? No matter what I do, my baby can't be back. It's all my fault, Mason whispered, his voice thick with remorse. I was wrong. Since the baby's gone, you should take care of yourself. If your body gets healthy, you'll have another baby. I don't want to see you again, Chloe said, her voice cold and final. Get out of here. Elise, I'm sorry, please. Have some porridge. You haven't eaten in days. You're already weak. Mason pleaded, his voice breaking. Get out! Chloe screamed, her voice filled with raw pain. Get out! Mason retreated, leaving the porridge outside her door. Okay, I'll go, he whispered, his heart aching. Elise, calm down. I can do anything, but don't hurt yourself. Alice found Mason slumped on a bench outside the hospital, his face haggard and drawn. You're back, she said, her voice sharp. Mason, what's wrong? Alice asked, her voice laced with false concern. Alice, Mason said, his voice flat. Chloe's baby's gone. Her baby's gone. Alice's eyes gleamed with a cruel satisfaction. She deserves that, she sneered. Look at her and her status. She, with such a status, doesn't deserve to have your baby. Stop, Mason snapped, his voice filled with disgust. Alice, this is my fault. The agreement must hurt her pride. Agreement. Alice's voice rose in feigned outrage. What kind of agreement? A compensation agreement? Mason explained, his voice weary. I owe her so much. I was trying to make it up to her, but she mistakenly thought I didn't want her and the baby. Mason, Alice said, her voice suddenly soft and seductive. Don't think about her. You haven't slept all night. Let me pinch your shoulders and make you relaxed, okay? She reached out to touch him. Alice, Mason said, pulling away sharply. We are just friends, not a couple. Please note the distance. Alice's mask slipped, her eyes hardening with resentment. A mistress wants to be the wife. No way. Your baby is gone. You deserve it. Liam visited Chloe at the hospital, his face full of concern. Chloe, I am late. How are you feeling? Fine, Chloe replied, her voice listless. I was so careless that I got hit by a car. My baby is gone. Alice walked in, her voice dripping with false sympathy. Chloe and Mason's baby is gone. It's a good chance to persuade Chloe to give up that bastard. Chloe? Alice said, turning to her, her voice falsely gentle. Why are you doing this? Mason is a bastard. Why are you so sad for him and his child? These years, he's done you more harm than good. Can I forget the past and start a new life? Chloe murmured, her voice barely audible. I know Liam is right. I shouldn't expect anything more from him. But why does my heart still hurt? Why can't I forget Mason, no matter how hard I try? Yeah, Alice scoffed. There are many good men. Do you have to like Mason? Liam stepped forward, his eyes full of tenderness. Chloe, you know I like you. If you promise me, I, Liam Hill, can take care of you forever. Chloe looked at Liam, gratitude filling her eyes. Lucas, thank you for your love and care, but I just want to be friends with you. I'm sorry. I was too hasty, Liam said, his voice tinged with disappointment, but still kind. Sorry to bother you. In the hospital for a long, you must be bored. How about going to my house later? Lying in bed is not good for your recovery. Well, Chloe agreed, a small smile touching her lips. And I also want to leave away everything about him. At Liam's apartment, Chloe attempted yoga, guided by Liam's gentle instructions. Chloe, come on, try it. Great. You're good at everything. Liam praised, his voice warm. Pumpkin porridge again? Chloe murmured, distracted. Don't be dazed. Chloe. Liam gently corrected her posture. After the meal, I'll take you to yoga. It's good for your recovery and your body shape. Chloe is such a beautiful girl. Don't think about those shit. Come on. Raise this hand. Get your legs up. Be careful. He adjusted her limbs, his touch lingering a little longer than necessary. Chloe, if it's not standard, the effect will be greatly reduced. Come on. Lift your leg higher. It's a little hard. Take your time, slowly. Come on, come on. Chloe wobbled, losing her balance and falling against him. I'm sorry, she gasped, flustered. I forget you're not recovered. Are these moves hard for you? Fine, Chloe insisted, blushing. Liam, sorry, I'm too stupid. You have to worry about me always. Nothing, Liam said softly, his eyes filled with adoration. As long as you're happy, I can do anything. Chloe recognized Liam's love for her, his unwavering care and kindness. He is really good, she thought. I'm also grateful for his care. But it's not love. I need to make it clear to him. Thank you, Liam, she said gently. You should have a better girl. Alice, consumed by jealousy, had hired a private investigator. Assistant Smith, she snapped, her voice sharp. I asked you to take some pictures of Chloe's life. How is it going? Mr. Jones, the assistant replied, handing over a folder. All the pictures are here. Alice flipped through the photos, her eyes narrowing as she saw Chloe at Liam's apartment. Last time, didn't she say to be alone? Why did she go to Liam's house? Rage fled in her eyes. Get the car ready. Drive me to the Hills house. Mason, restless and consumed by guilt, paced his apartment. Mason, Alice's voice cut through his thoughts. Where are you going? I'm worried about Chloe, Mason said, grabbing his keys. I want to go see her. If I don't go, she will be taken by others. Chloe! Alice shrieked, her voice filled with disbelief. What's so good about her? Why do you go in person? Alice, don't talk about her like that, Mason warned, his voice cold. First, I owe Chloe so much. Second, I'm sure I love her. Mason, Alice cried, her voice laced with hysteria. What magic did Chloe put on you? Family or looks? Which one is Chloe better than me? Am I not your first lover? Didn't you say you like me the most? Alice, Mason said, his voice weary. You're great. Chloe isn't better than you, but I think I should face up to my true feelings. Alice, I'm indebted to you. I'll take care of you all my life. But a wrong marriage will make both of us unhappy. Mason, Alice pleaded, tears streaming down her face. Do you really can't be with me? Sorry, Mason whispered, turning away. Alice, I think I owe her an answer. Mason, Mason, please don't go, Alice sobbed, clinging to him. Chloe doesn't deserve you do that. Mason, please, don't leave me, please. Alice stormed into Liam's apartment, bursting in on Chloe and Liam's yoga session. Chloe, good job, Liam was saying, adjusting Chloe's pose. In just 2 days, your moves are very standard. Chloe smiled faintly. Thanks to your teaching. I think I'm better now. Chloe, Liam said, his voice warm. As long as you're happy, forget that bastard and have hope for life. What I did is worth it. He paused, noticing Alice standing in the doorway, her face contorted with rage. Wait a moment. You! Oh, Alice sneered. Can't I come? Go aside, Liam snapped, stepping protectively in front of Chloe. Where is Chloe? How can you mention her? She was hurt because of you. Isn't that enough? You're so cheeky. How dare you bother her again? Get out! You're not welcome. I bother Chloe, Alice shrieked, her voice rising hysterically. Who are you? It's clear that your disgraceful conduct is stopped by me, so you're angry. Now, do you think she wants to see you? What are you doing here? Liam demanded, his voice cold. Please get out. Mason appeared behind Alice, his face etched with remorse. Chloe, it was all my fault. Please, give me one more chance. Let's go to a place and have a talk, okay? Liam scoffed. Pretentious. Chloe, Mason continued, ignoring Liam and focusing on Chloe. I've figured it out. All the time I like you. I was wrong before. I didn't have the guts to face my feelings. I've made it clear to Alice. If you come back, from now on, you're the Jones family's hostess. No one dares to bully you. Hostess? Chloe repeated, her voice laced with sarcasm. Are you that sure I want to be your hostess? Chloe, I knew it was you, Alice shrieked, advancing on Chloe, her eyes blazing with fury. Shameless bitch. What did you do to Mason? Alice, Liam intervened, stepping between them. Why are you here? Did you follow me? I made that very clear, Mason said, turning to Alice, his voice firm. Why do you still pester me? He came here on his own. None of my business, Chloe said, stepping back, wanting no part of their drama. Since the hospital, we haven't met each other. I don't want to be involved in your relationship. Miss Dodd, please ask Mr. Jones yourself. Chloe, let me explain it, Mason pleaded, turning back to Chloe, his voice full of remorse. I've made it clear to Alice. I will repay her kindness, take care of her all her life, but I will only marry you, Chloe. I can face my feelings now. Please give me another chance. Let me make up for what I did to you. Enough? Liam interrupted, his voice rising in anger. My Hills house is not a place for you two to fight. Chloe intends to forget the past and start a new life. Why did you still come to her and hurt her repeatedly? Get out of here. Get out. Mason, I'm sorry, Chloe said softly, her voice filled with weariness. You take Miss Dodd. Who are you? Alice shrieked, turning her fury on Liam. Chloe, you're just a motherless son of a bitch. Liam's face contorted with rage. Alice, you're more disgusting. You don't deserve to say that. You both love being the mistress, so matched. Why did you get together? Alice, I came to apologize to Chloe, not to quarrel, Mason said, trying to defuse the situation. Get out. Mason, I was so worried about you. So I followed you, Alice whined, her voice softening, turning manipulative again. I know I was wrong. I won't do it again. Let's go home, okay? I've said it many times, Mason said, his voice firm. Don't you understand it? I won't go. I'll stay here. Wherever Chloe is, I will be. If Chloe doesn't forgive me, I'll stand here forever. Mason, Chloe said, her voice clear and resolute. I've decided to forget you and all the past. I won't resent you, but I won't also forgive you. You better take her. She turned to Liam. Chloe has told you that, Liam said, his voice cold. Please be reasonable. If you don't leave, I'll call the police. Go, release him, Alice shrieked, pushing Liam. Don't touch Mason. A couple of bitches, get out. How long do you want to stay in my house? Liam demanded, his voice rising in anger. You've disturbed my normal life with Chloe. Isn't that enough? You... Get out of here? Alice lunged at Chloe, her nails raking across Chloe's face. A couple of scums. Don't make trouble in my house. Liam shoved Alice away, pushing her back towards Mason. Lucas, calm down. Don't fight. I'm fine, Chloe said, trying to mediate. My love for Chloe is 1,000 times more, 10,000 times more than yours. Liam roared at Mason. I just don't understand. What's so good about you? Come and say some sweet words. You can move her. I wanted to slowly cure her heart here and give you up and forget you completely. But why did you come to bother us? Who are you to love Chloe? She is my woman. The fight escalated, Liam and Mason grappling, Alice screaming in the background. Don't fight! Don't! Elise! Chloe cried out, collapsing to the floor. Elise, are you okay? Mason rushed to her side, concern etched on his face. Alice, forgotten in the chaos, stumbled, her ankle twisting beneath her. Elise! Elise! I'm hurt! She shrieked, clutching her leg. My knee is broken. It was because of Elise. Elise, where are you hurt? Mason asked Chloe, ignoring Alice's cries. Alice's face contorted with rage. It's you, she screamed, pointing at Chloe. Alice, over the years, I've always put up with you. I think I have a clear conscience. But you've been distressing me. Now, I don't want anything but to leave this bad relationship. Why don't you still let me go? Let you go? Why? Alice shrieked, her voice rising hysterically. Without you, I would have a good life with Mason. You're just our family's nurse. The Jones family's hostess is a slave. What a joke. Alice, stop, Mason pleaded, his voice weary. I don't care who she is. I'll love her and protect her forever. But you humiliate her always. Apologize to her right now. Love me and protect me forever, Alice scoffed, her voice dripping with sarcasm. When you made me sign the agreement, did you even think about loving me forever? Mason, Chloe said, her voice trembling with emotion. I could handle bad treatment, but you hurt our baby. I will never forgive you. No, Mason protested, his voice desperate. What agreement? Until now, you're still pretending. Are you saying I imagined the whole thing? You even admitted it over the phone. No, Chloe, listen to me, Mason pleaded. There was indeed a contract I wanted you to sign, but it's a compensation agreement. I swear, I never drafted anything about that. I wanted you to sign that compensation agreement because I wanted you to live well even if you decided to leave me one day. Mason, are you still denying it after everything that's happened? Chloe's voice was laced with disbelief. Our baby is already gone from this world, completely gone. And you're still lying to me that it was a compensation agreement. Alice made me sign it back then, didn't she? Sam! Sam! Mason roared, summoning his assistant. Mr. Jones, bring out the compensation agreement I prepared for Chloe. Hurry, right now. Sam rushed in, handing Mason a document. Here it is. This is the document you wanted. Mason thrust the document into Chloe's hands. Look, since you didn't sign it back then, I kept this agreement all along. If this document is real, then what about the other agreement? Last time, you had Alice give it to me in person. Chloe's eyes widened, realization dawning. So it was you. You secretly drafted a fake agreement. You, a heartless, venomous woman. Alice's carefully constructed facade crumbled, replaced by a desperate plea. I love you too much, Mason. If she gave birth to the baby, then she would have had an excuse to cling to the Jones forever, draining you dry. It was you, Chloe gasped, her voice filled with horror. You hurt my baby. Now that the truth is out, winning back Mason's heart is impossible, Alice thought frantically. I have to put on a show of repentance now. As long as I hold the childhood life-saving favor, I can at least secure a lifetime of wealth and status. It's all my fault, Alice sobbed, her voice laced with false remorse. I acted on my own. I shouldn't have done that. Mason, please don't hate me. Mason. Chloe, Chloe, it's all my fault over the years. Chloe! Alice! Mason's voice was cold and filled with disgust. I am utterly disappointed in you. If it hadn't been for you, our baby would have been alive. Chloe and I wouldn't have ended up like this. I could turn a blind eye to your other flaws, but Chloe is my bottom line. You, a vile woman. What's the point of regretting now? Liam sneered, his voice filled with contempt. When you planned this, did you ever feel sorry? You'll pay for this with your life. You, a wretch. You don't deserve to have a baby. A wretch from an orphanage like you wanted to give birth to another wretch. Are you trying to challenge me? Let me tell you, you were born to live a cursed life. Even if your baby was born, the baby wouldn't survive. Alice, are you even human? Chloe whispered, her voice trembling with anger and pain. I never wanted to fight you for anything. Even when Mason proposed to you, it was me who made it happen. You're such a schemer. If you hadn't seduced him, how would you have ended up pregnant with his baby? I never expected Mason to love me. You already have everything. Why are you still so greedy? I've endured your humiliation time and time again. Why are you so cruel, insisting on taking everything from me? I've never seen a woman as vicious as you. All of Chloe's suffering is because of you. You show not an ounce of guilt. Chloe, Mason said softly, his voice filled with remorse. I see you clearly now. All these years, I must have been blind to think of you as my idealized love. If it hadn't been for that candy you gave me in my childhood that saved my life, I wouldn't have tolerated you. This card has $1,015,000. We're even now. From now on, don't show your face to me again. Get lost. As Alice turned to leave, Chloe noticed something. Wait. This packaging paper is only from my orphanage. How do you have this? Alice froze, her face paling. Your orphanage? When I was 8, I passed out on the roadside from low blood sugar. Chloe explained, her voice trembling with realization. It was Alice who handed me that candy. If it hadn't been for her, I would have had a hard time. But this packaging paper is exclusive to my orphanage. Alice isn't an orphan. Why did she have my orphanage's packaging paper? I've never seen Alice at my orphanage. Understanding dawned on Mason's face, his eyes widening in shock. So, the little boy who fainted on the roadside back then was you. Chloe, what do you mean by that? Alice stammered, her composure finally cracking. That year I saw a little boy collapse on the roadside from low blood sugar. Chloe continued, her voice gaining strength. I gave him my candy. But before he woke up, I had to return to the orphanage, so I left. Are you saying that little boy were you? This candy wrapper was designed by our director personally. It only exists in Sunshine Orphanage, but you've had your parents and grew up in a wealthy family. You probably never even entered the orphanage, let alone have a candy exclusive to the orphanage. You're lying. You're making this up. Alice shrieked, lunging at Chloe. I'll tear your mouth apart. Mason stepped forward, shielding Chloe. I'm here. Don't lay a finger on her. Mason, how could you do this to me? Alice sobbed, her voice laced with self-pity. No, Mason roared, turning to Sam. Sam, look into this. Verify if the design on this wrapper truly comes from Sunshine Orphanage. He turned back to Alice, his voice filled with disgust. Now that I think of it, I did lose track of the girl in white that day. And Alice, showing up, looked just as confused when I thanked her. Sam returned quickly, confirming the truth. Mr. Jones, everything matches Chloe's words. I also found Chloe's personal records from the orphanage. Please have a look. He handed Mason a file. Mason's eyes scanned the documents, his face pale with shock and realization. Mr. Smith said fainting is due to hypoglycemia. Eating a piece of candy can help. I'll give you my candy. Wake up quickly. Chloe's words from the beginning echoed in his mind. Chloe, it's you, he whispered, his voice filled with awe and remorse. It's always been you. He turned to Chloe, his eyes filled with a deep and genuine love. Mason, I always thought you saved me, helping me out of suffering, Chloe said softly. I didn't realize I saved you too. Now, we're even. Chloe, it's my fault, Mason pleaded, his voice thick with emotion. For years, I never truly thought about it. I mistook Alice for you. I've loved you all along, all the time. Chloe, please believe me. You always said Alice got involved in our relationship, Chloe said, her voice trembling. But you're the actual third wheel. The one who saved me wasn't you. These years. You took her place, hitting, scolding and humiliating her. What kind of cruel heart do you have to act so shamelessly with me? Fine, you love each other, Alice spat, her face contorted with rage. You share a strong bond. Just wait. I have a surprise for you. She stormed out, vowing revenge. Mason turned back to Chloe, his eyes pleading. Now, the truth is out. Misunderstandings cleared. Emotionally, I genuinely love you and want to be with you. Logically, you saved my life, so I'll protect you. Chloe, will you give me another chance? Tears welled in Chloe's eyes, but this time they were tears of hope and relief. Yes, she whispered, her voice trembling. I misunderstood you. I thought the agreement was your choice, so I gave up on loving you. But now the truth is out. I want to give you and myself another chance. I owed you too much over the years, Mason said, taking her hands in his. It all started with not protecting you properly, which led to our baby's tragedy. I shouldn't have asked you to be a substitute or turned a blind eye when Alice insulted you. Anyway, it's all my fault. You don't need to apologize, Chloe said softly, her heart softening towards him. This is all Alice's doing. We were deceived by her tricks. Once we're back, I'll gather evidence and hire the best lawyer from Jones Group to bring Alice to court. She hurt our baby. She must pay for her sins. She's done so much wrong. Now, it's time for her to pay. Chloe, I'll take you to the best hospital for a checkup. We'll find the cause. Once you're well, I believe we can have another baby. Chloe, I'm sorry for your suffering. I'll treat you better and make up for everything. He cupped her face in his hands, his eyes filled with love and remorse. You know, even when the misunderstanding wasn't cleared, when I heard you say you liked me, I felt truly happy deep down. Mason, Chloe whispered, her voice full of emotion. Over the years, I couldn't hope for even a little response from you. I just hid my feelings in my heart. I was such a jerk, Mason groaned, shaking his head in self-reproach. Asking you to be Alice's substitute. How foolish I am. The person I love most is right here. Let the past stay in the past, Chloe said, her voice gentle. After all, when I was bullied in the orphanage, you helped me get out of the hard time. You are the light in my life. Without you, I might have given up long ago. Chloe, you are so kind, Mason murmured. his voice thick with emotion. You remember every bit of kindness from others. Don't forget, you're my lifesaver. Without you, I wouldn't have survived. From now on, you, Chloe, are my everything. Liam cleared his throat, breaking the tender moment. What the heck? Flirting right in front of me. Do you not see me as your rival at all? Looks like there's no chance between Chloe and me. In the entire New York, I must be the most pitiful guy. Mason chuckled, a genuine laugh for the first time in days. We won't flirt in front of you. We'll just do it behind your back. Okay? Chloe, Liam said, his voice softening. I know you two cleared up the misunderstanding and got to know each other again. I'm happy for you. Even though it's too late now, I still hope you'll give me a chance to speak my mind. No need, Chloe interrupted gently. I refuse. Just swallow whatever you want to say. Mason, Liam said, turning to him, a playful glint in his eyes. Why can you confess all sweet, but not allow me to? That's so unfair. I won't allow any other man to confess his love to my beloved, Mason declared, his voice possessive. Liam, I truly appreciate your feelings, Chloe said, her voice filled with gratitude. But I'm sorry. I'll always remember the care and kindness you've given me over the years. If possible, I hope you can always be my best friend. I get it, Liam said, forcing a smile. I just want you to be happy. Since you already know what I want to say, I have no regrets. Mason, I hope you'll keep every promise you made to Chloe. Take good care of her. Don't let her suffer at all. If I ever hear that she's unhappy with you, I won't let you off easily. I get it, Mason assured him, his voice sincere. Don't worry. I won't let Chloe suffer even a bit. All right, you two can go now, Liam said, waving them away. Chloe, let's go home, Mason said, taking her hand. Let's go home. Let go of me, Chloe protested, pulling her hand away. Stop holding my hand. It's awkward. What's so awkward about it? Mason chuckled, gently taking her hand again. You're my beloved. It's normal for me to hold your hand, isn't it? He glanced at Sam, who was waiting nearby. Sam is still here. Ignore me, Sam mumbled, his face averted. I have vision problems. I am not sure, but I seem to have gone blind. I can't see anything. Sure you saw nothing? Mason asked, a playful grin spreading across his face. Yes, Mr. Jones, I'm sure I saw nothing, Sam stammered, blushing slightly. Just focus on driving. Yes, sir. Mason leaned in and kissed Chloe softly on the lips. I finally kissed you, he murmured, his voice husky. Chloe blushed, a shy smile gracing her lips. What are you doing? She whispered, glancing around self-consciously. What's wrong with kissing my girl? Mason chuckled, pulling her closer. His phone rang, shattering the tender moment. Hello, Mason answered, his voice changing instantly to a businesslike tone. Bad news, Mr. Jones. His assistant's voice crackled through the speaker. Miss Dodd led a group of people to your villa. They're planning to auction it. Chaos erupted at the villa. What are you doing? Mason roared, confronting Alice and a group of burly men. Sorry, sir, one of the men said, blocking his path. The place no longer belongs to you. What nonsense, Mason sputtered, disbelief warring with anger. Chloe, what's going on? Alice stepped forward, a triumphant smirk on her face. Don't recognize me so soon. Alice, Mason spat, his voice filled with disgust. I told you to get lost. Why are you here? This is my house, Alice declared, her voice ringing with false authority. Of course I'm here. What nonsense, Chloe retorted, stepping forward to defend Mason. This is Mason's house. Chloe, this is none of your business, Alice snapped, dismissing her with a wave of her hand. Alice, what are you doing? Mason demanded, his voice rising in anger. What a loving couple, Alice sneered, her eyes raking over them with contempt. But it's a pity you'll soon be a pair of homeless, star-crossed lovers. What do you mean by that? Mason asked, his voice dangerously low. I mean all your assets have been sold by me, Alice declared, her voice ringing with triumph. While you won't see a dime? That's impossible, Mason roared, his face paling. Chloe, I can't believe you've come to it, Alice continued, ignoring Mason's outburst. No matter how I begged you back then, you chose to be with her. Do you know how much I hated you? But now you've turned into a poor guy. How shameless you are. You stole Mason's things and act so justified, Chloe retorted, her voice filled with disgust. I'm shameless, Alice shrieked, her voice rising hysterically. Chloe, the most shameless one here is you. If you hadn't seduced Mason while I was abroad, things wouldn't have come to this. Enough, Mason roared, stepping forward, his eyes blazing with fury. What right do you have to judge others? You, a heartless woman. Mason, how dare you still talk to me like this? Alice spat, her voice venomous. I think you haven't realized your situation, but I don't have time to waste on you now. I have an appointment, so excuse me for my absence. She turned to leave, signaling to her men. Stop them, Mason yelled, his voice filled with desperation. My villa isn't a place for just anyone to enter. Alice Dodd, you witch, stop right there. He lunged forward, trying to stop her, but the burly men blocked his path. Let go of me, Alice shrieked as Mason's men tried to restrain her. Back at Liam's apartment, Mason received another phone call. Mr. Jones, it's bad. His assistant's voice was frantic. Alice is auctioning the Jones mansion tomorrow. What? Mason gasped, his blood running cold. What should we do? It's the family home. It can't be auctioned off. Don't worry, I'll get it back, Mason declared, his voice filled with determination. I'll go with you, Chloe said, her voice firm. The next day, Mason and Chloe arrived at the auction house. Sorry, Mr. Weber, to have kept you waiting, Alice said, greeting a portly man. Everything okay? I think I heard a commotion outside. Mr. Weber asked, his brow furrowed. It's nothing, Alice dismissed with a wave of her hand. Just some relatives demanding money. I ignored them. Is Chloe not in today? Mr. Weber inquired, glancing around. She's occupied, so it's just me for now, Alice replied, her voice smooth. About earlier. Will I be able to join Leah Group after leaving New York? Mr. Weber asked, his voice eager. Don't worry, Alice assured him, her voice dripping with false confidence. Once Chloe's here, I'll introduce you to her. That's great, Mr. Weber beamed. Thank you, Mr. Weber. No problem. Oh, by the way, I heard you're auctioning this mansion, Mr. Weber said casually, gesturing towards the Jones mansion model on display. Yes, Alice confirmed, her voice nonchalant. It's tomorrow. Are you interested? Oh, I'm just asking, Mr. Weber chuckled. It's getting late. I'll be off now. Okay then, Alice replied, her voice still smooth. In the case you or Chloe becomes interested, you can just tell me. The price is negotiable. You're really attending the auction tomorrow? Chloe asked Mason, her voice filled with concern. It's my family home, Mason said, his voice resolute. No matter what, I have to go. Alice is evil for pulling this. We can't let her have her way with it. Be careful then, Chloe warned, her eyes filled with worry. You can call me any time. At the auction house, burly security guards blocked Mason and Chloe's path. You two again, one of them sneered. We're here for the auction, Mason retorted, his voice firm. Any problem with that? The guards burst into laughter. Ha ha ha! Did I hear it wrong? A broke lowlife here to attend the auction? It's open for public, Mason insisted, his voice rising in anger. Why can't we come? It's open to public, yes, the guards sneered. But take a good look at yourselves. You two together own less than 10,000. Who are you to enter? That's right. Another guard chimed in, his voice mocking. Think you're still the high and mighty Mr. Jones? Pah! You're too much, Chloe protested, her voice indignant. How can you talk like that? Don't like what you're hearing? The first guard sneered. Get lost then. Stop being a nuisance here. Please, guys, Mason pleaded, desperation creeping into his voice. This is my family home. I need to get it back. That's more like it, the first guard said, a cruel smile playing on his lips. But what? Mason asked, his voice laced with anxiety. You're both broke, the guard sneered. If we just let you in like this, Miss Dodd might get mad. How would we explain to her then? Well, what do you want then? Mason asked, his voice tight with anger. Let me think, the guard drawled, tapping his chin thoughtfully. In the past, it was us who had to be at your beck and call. Today, it'd be nice if you can return that. That's right, the second guard chimed in, nodding in agreement. My shoes are looking pretty dirty. If you can bend down and wipe them clean, I can consider letting you in. That's too much, Chloe protested, her voice rising in anger. Don't even think about it. Don't want to do it? The guard sneered. Then stand by and watch the mansion be auctioned off. Jerk, Chloe muttered under her breath. Hey, girl, the second guard said, leering at Chloe. Mr. Jones won't please us, but you can take his place. If you're willing to have some fun, we can think about it. How dare you? Chloe snapped, her eyes flashing with fury. Suddenly, a booming voice interrupted them. Mr. Lowe, about earlier, we can discuss more. A well-dressed man strode towards them, accompanied by a group of businessmen. Everyone, it's been a while. Clover Group's Mr. Ford? What an honor. Honor's mine, Mr. Ford replied, shaking Mr. Lowe's hand. I heard you scored a big deal recently. Looks like you're not leaving without this mansion today. I heard Mason Jones had Lowe Group under his heel for a long time, another businessman whispered. The tide has turned finally. Mason Jones is nothing, Mr. Lowe scoffed, his voice loud enough for everyone to hear. That Mason guy was so pompous earlier. Both mine and Mr. Walker's company got trouble from him. I wonder if he'll be showing up today. Let me say this. If he dares show up, I'll make him leave not just this place, but New York itself. Who wants me out of New York? Mason's voice cut through the air, cold and dangerous. Mr. Lowe whirled around, his face paling as he saw Mason standing behind him. Oh, the man's really showing up, he stammered, his bravado vanishing. Mason, you've the nerve to show up. What kind of fools let you in here? I'll make you regret this." "Oh, look, it's the bootlicker," Mason sneered, his voice dripping with contempt. "A year ago, you came to my company every few days begging for a deal, offering gifts while bending down. So, is this how you talk to me now?" "You," Mr. Lowe sputtered, his face contorted with rage. "Stop lying. Mason, how can you still be so puffed up? You're just a broke loser now. You think you're still the man you were? You're in bad need of a lesson." "Mason, how dare you still talk like that?" Mr. Ford chimed in, his voice menacing. "In the past, there was nothing we could do. But now, Mason Jones, you'd better get down on your knees and apologize. Else, you can give up surviving in New York." "Oh," Mason raised an eyebrow, a dangerous glint in his eyes. "How are you stopping me from surviving here?" "What? Like it's hard?" Mr. Walker scoffed. "You're dirt broke now. About to lose even your family house. I can get rid of you with just a few words." "Mr. Lowe, he must think he's still the high and mighty Mr. Jones. That explains the big talk," Mr. Ford sneered. "Let me tell you this. One word from Mr. Lowe can make you suffer. Got it?" "That's right," Mr. Walker echoed, nodding in agreement. "Apologize to Mr. Lowe now, or else you'll regret it soon enough." "What if I don't?" Mason asked, his voice calm but laced with steel. "Good. Very good," Mr. Lowe roared, his face turning purple with rage. "You chose this yourself. Don't blame me later. Everyone, I hope you can oblige me at this auction today. Let me have this mansion. You sure won't regret it." Enraged, Mason lunged at Mr. Lowe, grabbing him by the collar. "What are you doing?" he roared, his voice filled with fury. "What am I doing? Don't you care so much about your family home? I'll buy it off today, then knock the thing down. You dare?" Mason's voice cracked with emotion. "Mason, calm down," Chloe pleaded, pulling at his arm. "We're here to keep your family home. Don't act rashly." Mr. Ford stepped forward, leering at Chloe. "Where did you come from, pretty? I heard rumors. Mason Jones lost all the family assets he worked on for years for a woman's sake." "Ha ha 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 ha. What a romantic. Choosing a woman over his family assets is none of your business." Chloe snapped, her eyes flashing with anger. "Oh, look how protective he is," Mr. Walker chuckled, nudging Mr. Ford. "The woman must be great in bed. Mr. Jones, when you're done with her, can I have a taste?" Mr. Ford leered, his eyes fixed on Chloe. "I'd rather not touch his old toy," Mr. Lowe scoffed, his voice dripping with contempt. "Shut up!" Mason roared, his voice filled with fury. "You bunch of thugs!" "Enough of that, Mr. Jones," Mr. Lowe sneered, regaining his composure. "You can skip the apology. If you hand over your girl, I can let this slide. And I won't smash this mansion of yours. Rest assured. I'll turn this place into a nightclub. Your woman can come work here. I'll pay some bonus so you can afford life in New York. Ha 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 ha. The Jones family house." Alice Dodd's voice cut through the air, sharp and cold. "How dare you?" Alice stormed into the room, her face contorted with rage. "Oh, look, it's you two," she sneered, her eyes flashing with fury. "Alice Dodd, you have no shame. I can't believe you're auctioning my family house." Mason spat, his voice filled with disgust. "I have no shame?" Alice shrieked, her voice rising hysterically. "Ask yourself why I'm doing this. I've been with you for years, and you dumped me in an instant. I'm just getting back a little compensation. You made me believe you were Chloe. Why else would I ever be with you? So what if I did? Alice scoffed, her eyes flashing with contempt. She's just an orphan nobody wants. A lowlife. What is she to me? Alice, you really crossed the line, Mason warned, his voice dangerously low. How can you put the Jones mansion up for auction? It's Mason's family home, Chloe added, her voice trembling with anger. So what if it's... I'm not a Jones, Alice sneered, dismissing their protests with a wave of her hand. Alice, we were together for years, Mason pleaded, his voice softening slightly. You can have all my family assets. Take it as my compensation. But this mansion can't be sold off. Compensation? Alice scoffed, her voice dripping with sarcasm. Mason, you're not thinking I'm still in love with you, do you? I want no compensation now. I just want you to lose every last thing you own and get out of New York. Don't overdo it, Mason warned, his voice hardening again. Are you regretting now? Alice sneered, a cruel smile playing on her lips. I regret not seeing your true colors earlier. You made me do all of this. Mason, I want my revenge. I want to watch you both suffer. It fills me with joy. Alice, stop doing this, Chloe pleaded, her voice trembling with fear. What good can any of this do you? Aren't you afraid of karma? Karma? Alice laughed, a harsh, grating sound. No such word in my dictionary. Mason, I told you, didn't I? This woman will never do you any good. All she can bring is disaster. But you wouldn't listen. Chloe brought me no disaster, Mason retorted, his voice filled with anger. You did. You caused all of this. You're wrong, Alice insisted, her voice rising hysterically. I didn't cause any of this. You did. You were a fool to not be able to tell who saved your life. Yes, it was my fault. All my fault, Mason admitted, his voice thick with remorse. No, it wasn't, Chloe protested, shaking her head. Mason, it was all this woman's fault. Too bad for you, Alice sneered, turning away. Soon enough, the Jones family home will be another man's. And all you can do is watch. Oh, yes. Alice smiled triumphantly. What? Mr. Lowe exclaimed, his face lighting up. Miss Leah wants to buy this mansion? Okay, no problem. I'll keep it for you. Miss Leah, Mason and Chloe asked in unison, their voices filled with confusion. Who's that? Who else? Mr. Lowe chuckled, his voice smug. The country's richest person. Leah Group CEO, Fiona Leah. Fiona Leah? Mason gasped, his face paling. How can it be her? Why would she want to buy this old mansion? Yeah, Mr. Ford chimed in, nodding in agreement. Miss Dodd, how well do you know Miss Leah? Miss Leah and I have been friends for years, Alice declared, her voice ringing with false confidence. What? Mr. Walker exclaimed, his eyes widening in disbelief. You're friends with Miss Leah? She's the richest in the country. Miss Dodd, what a friend you've got there. Yeah, Alice replied, basking in the sudden admiration. Mm-hmm, Mr. Ford and Mr. Walker murmured in agreement. Well, Miss Dodd, I didn't know you're friends with Miss Leah, Mr. Lowe stammered, his bravado vanishing completely. I was lacking in my manners. Do forgive me. Ha. Not at all, Alice replied, her voice smooth and condescending. Miss Leah's a mysterious figure who's been abroad all this time. Very few have met her in person. Could you introduce us to her later? Mr. Walker asked eagerly. Of course, Alice replied, her voice dripping with false generosity. I've known her for years. She won't mind me introducing a few friends. Thank you, thank you. Mr. Ford and Mr. Walker murmured in unison, bowing slightly. Miss Dodd, since Ms. Leah wants this mansion, I'll back off then. Ha ha, Mr. Lowe stammered, his face paling. I just hope you can put in good word for me later. Sure enough, Alice replied, her voice dismissive. Ha ha ha. Thank you, Mr. Lowe repeated, bowing again. Mason, I know you really want to have this back, Alice said, turning to Mason, her voice dripping with false sympathy. But Miss Leah picked it. Nothing I can do. I don't care who she is, Mason declared, his voice filled with determination. I will get back my family home. What? Mr. Lowe exclaimed, his face contorted with rage. From Miss Leah? Well then, let me teach you a lesson on her behalf, you arrogant fool. He lunged at Mason, his fist raised. Suddenly, a commanding voice cut through the air. Who did you call an arrogant fool? Everyone froze, turning towards the source of the voice. A woman stood in the doorway, radiating power and authority. Who did you call an arrogant fool? She repeated, her voice ringing with icy fury. You are... Mr. Lowe stammered, his face paling. I'm Fiona Leah, Chloe Leah's birth mother, the woman declared, her voice ringing with authority. She pointed to the necklace Chloe was wearing. This is my daughter's necklace. Can you tell me where she is? This is Chloe's necklace, Chloe murmured, stepping forward, her eyes widening in disbelief. Yes, Fiona Leah replied, her voice softening as she looked at Chloe. You're her mom? Yes, Fiona Leah exclaimed, her voice filled with emotion. What happened to you? Where did you go all these years? I was being pursued by enemies and couldn't take Chloe with me, Fiona Leah explained, her voice trembling slightly. So I left her in an orphanage. I've been abroad all these years, but not a second went by when I didn't miss her. It took me some time to find this necklace. I put it on Chloe when she was a kid. After much asking around, I finally found this place. Can you tell me where Chloe is? The truth is, she got adopted by the Joneses and is now seeing their son Mason Jones, Mr. Walker stammered, his voice trembling with fear. But then, Mason's ex Alice Dodd took revenge on them. The Joneses, the family that has their mansion on auction. Fiona Leah asked, her eyes widening in shock. Yes, Mr. Ford confirmed, his voice barely audible. Alice took all of the Jones family assets, and she's auctioning their mansion. Chloe and Mason went over there to try to stop it. That woman's nerve! Fiona Leah exclaimed, her voice rising in anger. Alice Dodd, let's see who you really are to think you can bully my girl. Mr. Lowe, why waste your time on us? Mason pleaded, kneeling before him. Please, Mr. Lowe, let me have my house back. Oh, Mr. Jones, I can't believe how low you've become. Mr. Lowe sneered, his voice dripping with contempt. With you doing all this, if I don't let you have it back, would that make me look cold-blooded? Mr. Lowe, what are you talking about? Mason asked, his voice filled with confusion. If you can let me have it back, I'll owe you a huge favor. I'll forever be grateful. Too bad. I want none of that gratitude. Mr. Lowe scoffed, his voice ringing with malice. I'm telling you now. I can let dogs stay in this house, but I'll never let you. You jerk! Chloe spat, her voice filled with disgust. Bitch! What did you call me? Mr. Lowe roared, his face contorted with rage. Karma will come for you, Chloe warned, her voice trembling with anger. Karma! No such word in my dictionary. Mr. Lowe sneered, dismissing her with a wave of his hand. Mason, I told you, didn't I? This woman will never do you any good. All she can bring is disaster. But you wouldn't listen. Chloe brought me no disaster, Mason retorted, his voice filled with anger. You did. You caused all of this. You're wrong, Alice insisted, her voice rising hysterically. I didn't cause any of this. You did. You were a fool to not be able to tell who saved your life. Yes, it was my fault. All my fault, Mason admitted, his voice thick with remorse. No, it wasn't, Chloe protested, shaking her head. Mason, it was all this woman's fault. Too bad for you, Alice sneered, turning away. Soon enough, the Jones family home will be another man's. And all you can do is watch. Oh, yes. Alice smiled triumphantly. What? Mr. Lowe exclaimed, his face lighting up. Miss Leah wants to buy this mansion? Okay, no problem. I'll keep it for you. Miss Leah? Mason and Chloe asked in unison, their voices filled with confusion. Who's that? Who else? Mr. Lowe chuckled, his voice smug. The country's richest person, Leah Group CEO, Fiona Leah. Fiona Leah? Mason gasped, his face paling. How can it be her? Why would she want to buy this old mansion? Yeah, Mr. Ford chimed in, nodding in agreement. Miss Dodd, how well do you know Miss Leah? Miss Leah and I have been friends for years, Alice declared, her voice ringing with false confidence. What? Mr. Walker exclaimed, his eyes widening in disbelief. You're friends with Miss Leah? She's the richest in the country. Miss Dodd, what a friend you've got there. Yeah, Alice replied, basking in the sudden admiration. Mr. Ford and Mr. Walker murmured in agreement. Well, Miss Dodd, I didn't know you're friends with Miss Leah, Mr. Lowe stammered, his bravado vanishing completely. I was lacking in my manners. Do forgive me. Ha, not at all, Alice replied, her voice smooth and condescending. Miss Leah's a mysterious figure who's been abroad all this time. Very few have met her in person. Could you introduce us to her later? Mr. Walker asked eagerly. Of course, Alice replied, her voice dripping with false generosity. I've known her for years. She won't mind me introducing a few friends. Thank you. Mr. Ford and Mr. Walker murmured in unison, bowing slightly. Miss Dodd, since Miss Leah wants this mansion, I'll back off then. Ha, Mr. Lowe stammered, his face paling. I just hope you can put in good word for me later. Sure enough, Alice replied, her voice dismissive. Ha. Thank you, Mr. Lowe repeated, bowing again. Mason, I know you really want to have this back, Alice said, turning to Mason, her voice dripping with false sympathy. But Miss Leah picked it. Nothing I can do. I don't care who she is, Mason declared, his voice filled with determination. I will get back my family home. What? Mr. Lowe exclaimed, his face contorted with rage. From Miss Leah? Well then, let me teach you a lesson on her behalf, you arrogant fool. He lunged at Mason, his fist raised. Suddenly, a commanding voice cut through the air. Who did you call an arrogant fool? Everyone froze, turning towards the source of the voice. A woman stood in the doorway, radiating power and authority. Who did you call an arrogant fool? She repeated, her voice ringing with icy fury. You are... Mr. Lowe stammered, his face paling. I'm Fiona Leah, Chloe Leah's birth mother, the woman declared, her voice ringing with authority. She pointed to the necklace Chloe was wearing. This is my daughter's necklace. Can you tell me where she is? This is Chloe's necklace, Chloe murmured, stepping forward, her eyes widening in disbelief. Yes, Fiona Leah replied, her voice softening as she looked at Chloe. You're her mom? Yes, Fiona Leah exclaimed, her voice filled with emotion. What happened to you? Where did you go all these years? I was being pursued by enemies and couldn't take Chloe with me, Fiona Leah explained, her voice trembling slightly. So I left her in an orphanage. I've been abroad all these years, but not a second went by when I didn't miss her. It took me some time to find this necklace. I put it on Chloe when she was a kid. After much asking around, I finally found this place. Can you tell me where Chloe is? The truth is, she got adopted by the Joneses and is now seeing their son Mason Jones, Mr. Walker stammered, his voice trembling with fear. But then, Mason's ex Alice Dodd took revenge on them. The Joneses, the family that has their mansion on auction? Fiona Leah asked, her eyes widening in shock. Yes, Mr. Ford confirmed, his voice barely audible. Alice took all of the Jones family assets, and she's auctioning their mansion. Chloe and Mason went over there to try to stop it. That woman's nerve! Fiona Leah exclaimed, her voice rising in anger. Alice Dodd, let's see who you really are, to think you can bully my girl. Ha 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 ha! You're saying you're Miss Leah? Chloe's mother? You're joking! Alice shrieked, her voice rising hysterically. Everyone knows she's an abandoned stray. Stop meddling in my business. I put this on my daughter myself, Fiona Leah said, her voice cold and resolute, pointing to the necklace Chloe wore. Chloe is my real daughter. Mom, Chloe whispered, her voice filled with disbelief and hope. It's me. Baby girl, sorry I'm late. Fiona Leah's voice softened, filled with love and remorse. Mom, Chloe cried, rushing into her mother's arms. What's going on? Mr. Lowe stammered, his face paling. Didn't Miss Dodd say she's friends with Miss Leah? How did Miss Leah turn into that girl's mom? Does this mean Miss Dodd doesn't know Miss Leah at all? Liar! Alice shrieked, her voice rising hysterically. You're not Miss Leah. So what if you're Chloe's mother? Alice sneered, regaining her composure. She's a broke lowlife. Her mum must be too. You're so sure I'm a broke lowlife? Fiona Leah asked, her voice dangerously soft. Of course you are, Alice scoffed, her voice dripping with contempt. What else can you be? Miss Leah? Why not? Fiona Leah challenged, her eyes flashing with anger. I've known her for years. How can I not know what she looks like? Alice retorted, her voice laced with sarcasm. Drop the act, will you? You'd better get lost with your daughter now, before she gets here. What if I won't? Fiona Leah challenged, her voice ringing with authority. Another moron here? Mr. Walker scoffed, shaking his head in disbelief. You know who Miss Leah is? The kind of VIP even we fear to offend. Calling yourself Miss Leah? You don't deserve it. Woman, go home, won't you? Look at yourself. You think you can pass off as Miss Leah? You all trust her words that much? Fiona Leah asked, her voice rising slightly. Of course we do, Mr. Ford replied, nodding in agreement. We all witnessed Miss Leah's subordinate calling Miss Dodd about this mansion. So of course we believe her. Tell you what, leave now when you can. Hang around till Miss Leah arrives, and you'll pay a price. Really? Fiona Leah's eyes gleamed with cold fury. I'm curious to know what price that is. Acting tough, aren't you? Mr. Walker sneered, advancing on Fiona Leah menacingly. Miss Dodd, why don't you give Miss Leah a call? Ask her to come give this madwoman a good lesson. Alice, desperate to maintain her charade, pulled out her phone, her hands trembling slightly. I'll call her secretary now. Ask him to come expose you. Hello, Mr. Weber. We have a Miss Leah imposter here. Please come over. She paused, listening to the reply. He says he'll be here soon. Chloe, you'd better leave with that mum of yours now. Mr. Lowe sneered, his voice dripping with malice. Or you'll regret staying. Mum, let's go now, Chloe urged, pulling at her mother's arm, fear creeping into her voice. Don't worry, Chloe, Fiona Leah reassured her, her voice firm and confident. Chloe, poor you, having a mad woman for a mum, Mr. Ford mocked, his voice laced with sarcasm. You're the mad one here, Chloe retorted, her voice rising in anger. Ha 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 ha! Alice laughed, a harsh, grating sound. I'll make you all pay, Fiona Leah declared, her voice ringing with icy fury. Ha ha ha! You're the mad one here. I'll make you all pay. Ha ha ha! Alice continued to laugh hysterically. Just then, Mr. Weber burst into the room, his face grim. Make us all pay? He roared, his voice echoing through the auction house. Ha ha ha! Alice continued to laugh, oblivious to the impending doom. You imbecile! Mr. Weber bellowed, his voice shaking with rage, turning to Alice. She is Miss Leah! Fiona Leah! Alice's laughter died in her throat, her face paling in terror. What? She whispered, her voice barely audible. Guards, get this woman out of here, Mr. Weber commanded, his voice booming. Give her a good lesson, then banish her from New York, never to return. He pointed at Alice, his face contorted with rage. The burly security guards surged forward, grabbing Alice, dragging her kicking and screaming towards the door. Miss Leah! Miss Leah! Please have mercy. I'm sorry. Please, give me another chance. Miss Leah! Drag her out! Mr. Weber roared, his voice echoing through the room. No, Miss Leah! Alice shrieked, her voice fading as she was dragged out of the auction house. Mr. Weber turned back to Fiona Leah, bowing deeply, his face pale with fear. Ah, sorry, Miss Leah. I was a total fool just now. Ah, sorry, Miss Leah. I was a total fool just now. Forgive me, please. Yeah, Miss Leah, Mr. Ford stammered, bowing repeatedly. We were all fooled by that woman Alice Dodd. Please forgive us. Miss Leah, I was a fool. Please forgive me just this once, Mr. Walker pleaded, his voice trembling. Please forgive us, Mr. Lowe echoed, bowing deeply. Yes, Miss Leah. Please, just one more chance. Fiona Leah surveyed the grovelling businessman, her face impassive. I've seen you three for what you really are, she said, her voice cold and cutting. Starting today, Jumpstart, Clover, and Low Group are off New York's map. Guards! She commanded, turning to the security personnel. Get these three out of my mansion. Please give us just one more chance, Mr. Lowe pleaded, tears streaming down his face. Miss Leah! Miss Leah! Miss Leah! Miss Leah! Miss Leah! The businessmen continued to beg and plead as they were dragged out of the auction house, their power and arrogance dissolving into whimpers of fear. Fiona Leah turned to Chloe, her eyes softening, filled with love and tenderness. Let's go, she said gently, taking Chloe's hand. Don't worry, Chloe. No one can bully you from now. We'll be a family again.